In the vast, ever-changing martial world, where every step marks a hero's legacy and every cup of wine seals a fateful encounter, the meeting between Duan Yu and Xiao Feng in a humble tavern on the frontier was nothing short of an immortal epic, the prologue to a brotherhood that would earn the reverence of the entire martial realm. That day, the sky was overcast. Gray clouds stretched like a mourning shroud across the heavens, and the northern wind howled through the mountains. Snow fluttered gently, as if dusting the earth with the ashes of forgotten battles. In the dim twilight, a rundown tavern clung to the mountainside, like a soul grasping for life amidst desolation. Beneath the flickering oil lamp, wine vapor curled softly, as if anticipating something momentous. The door creaked open. A young man stepped inside, graceful and refined, dressed in flowing white like a celestial being. In the muted light, his features were astonishingly handsome, with high nose bridge and bright eyes that shone with both innocence and resolve. This was Duan Yu, Crown Prince of Dali, born into royalty, yet choosing the path of the wandering swordsman, valuing brotherhood over power, wielding sword and wine as his compass through life. He selected a quiet corner, ordered a warm jug of wine, and poured it into an aged ceramic cup. Outside, snow blanketed the roof, and the cold wind bit at the flesh, but inside his heart remained as calm as an autumn lake, with only wine and the vast heavens as his companions. Suddenly, the door burst open again, this time with a gust of wind. Snow swept in like a white tide, followed by a towering figure, as imposing as a mountain of iron. Clad in thick black garments, the man's frame was massive, his shoulders as broad as eagle's wings, and his eyes deep and cold as winter abysses. A large wine gourd hung from his back, no weapon in hand. Yet the aura he exuded caused the entire tavern to quiver slightly. He was none other than Xiao Feng, former chief of the beggar sect, a grandmaster known throughout the realm, a man who once stood alone against legions and triumphed with bare fists. He was a living emblem of chivalry, loyalty, and selfless righteousness. Xiao Feng approached an empty table and sat down. Without a word, he unstrapped the wine gourd, tilted it back, and drank deeply in one long gulp. Then, in silence, he lit a coarse-rolled cigarette, the smoke mingling with the wine vapors, creating a haze like mist on a mountaintop. Duan Yu glanced over. In an instant, their eyes met. One gaze serene and pure like spring water, the other wild yet profound like an endless abyss. And strangely, between these two seemingly distant souls, an unspoken kinship was born. Neither spoke, yet in their hearts echoed the same silent sigh. You are the soulmate I've searched for in the endless sea of people. Duan Yu smiled and raised his cup, his eyes gleaming with the joy of a kindred spirit. Brother, in this desolate land, amidst the storm and snow, to meet a true man of valor is heaven's blessing. I am Duan Yu. Please accept this drink. Let it seal our fated bond. Xiao Feng raised an eyebrow, then burst into hearty laughter that filled the tavern, drowning out the howling wind outside. Ha! A fated meeting indeed. 3 cups to seal a brotherhood. What could be better? I, Xiao Feng, drink to you, brother. Wine flowed, cups emptied swiftly. With each drink, the bond deepened. Each glance carried unspoken understanding. In that moment, the snow seemed to pause. The wind ceased, leaving only 2 heroes drinking together under the boundless sky. But before they could finish the 3rd cup, the sound of pounding hooves rang outside, heavy with murderous intent. A group of fierce-looking warriors burst in, weapons drawn. They were remnants of a demonic sect once crushed by Xiao Feng. Now, by chance, encountering their enemy, they encircled the tavern like wolves surrounding prey. Xiao Feng's eyes narrowed, hand resting lightly on the wine gourd's hilt. But before he could act, Duan Yu rose gracefully, eyes flashing like stars. Big brother, allow me to try. Without waiting for a reply, he channeled his inner force and gently flicked his fingers. In that moment, invisible sword chi burst from his fingertips, slicing through the air like lightning bolts. It was the legendary 6-meridian divine sword, invisible yet mighty, traceless yet lethal. In an instant, screams echoed, weapons clattered, and enemies were either flung aside or wounded, fleeing like ants from a flood. Xiao Feng widened his eyes, then laughed thunderously. Magnificent swordplay! Magnificent, brother. You saved my life today. From now on, I, Xiao Feng, vow to repay this debt with my life. Let us become sworn brothers, live and die as one. Duan Yu, moved by the moment, knelt on one knee and clasped his hands. Brother Xiao, you are like a tiger of the northern forests. I am but a fish of the southern seas. Heaven has brought us together, surely to be brothers. If we don't swear today, I shall regret it for life. Under the flickering candlelight, they rose and faced the heavens, swearing solemnly. Today, Xiao Feng and Duan Yu become sworn brothers. Though born of different families and lands, our bond is as deep as the eastern sea, as unyielding as Mount Tai. We shall live and die together, never abandoning each other through hardship. Should we betray this oath, may the heavens strike us down and the earth swallow us whole. Their oath echoed through the air, carried by the snowy wind and mountain silence. Even heaven and earth seemed to tremble. The wind hushed, the snow halted. The moon peeked from behind the clouds, casting its silver light upon two figures standing side by side amidst a sea of white, a painting etched forever into the memory of the martial world. From that day forth, the Jianghu gained a new legend, a ballad of brotherhood amidst the icy snow. It marked the beginning of a bond so moving it brought tears to the eyes of heroes, commanding respect across the land. One like the tiger of the north, the other like a dragon from the south. They would go on to carve their names into martial history with blood, tears, and unbreakable loyalty. Names forever immortal in the hearts of all warriors.